So I made a post the other day about dating site dangers, love bombing specifically. And I talked about one guy named Jay. That's what we're going to call him. And I realized that I had left out some pretty important points that I want to add back in. They're red flags all the way around. Like, everything I'm saying is a red flag. Um, when we matched the second time and we talked on that like almost 3 hour long FaceTime call, he had mentioned, and yes, we did not have phone sex. I did not take any clothes off. We were actually just talking. I want to make that clear too. He had mentioned that he had been on 2 dates recently. And I remember saying, okay, well, why didn't they work out? And he said, one, she was a smoker. And the other one said she was waiting for marriage. Well, good for her, because she got rid of a loser. That's gross. Like, you can't date someone because she doesn't want to have sex with you. That is disgusting. It really is. And also, what stuck out about that is that I want to say that he said one was like in Tennessee and then the other one was in Virginia. So that is a huge red flag. Men that are traveling and they're on these dating sites, they just, it reminds me of when I was riding in the car as a kid with my aunt and my uncle. Well, if it was just me and my aunt, she'd let me do it, but my uncle would not. I'd be like changing the radio station constantly because, I'm ADHD and stuff. I find it hard to sit still, all that. Always have. And so my mind was like, oh, but there might be a better song on the next station. And then I'd be jamming, cruising, And after about 15, 20 seconds of that, I'm like, but 96.1 might have a better one. That's what men who are traveling and staying on these dating sites are doing. They're like, they just get so excited. They can't help it because they like what they are getting from some women off of the dating sites, right? Because they know some will just put out just like that. Some want to. Shit. I mean, look at me. I thought love was sex for years. So I was one of those women. I was like, yes, come here, because I was looking for love. That is disgusting. But that's what men on these dating sites that are traveling are doing. And it's sad because you wonder if they're ever going to get out of it, but you can't help them. You can't help them because if they don't want to help themselves, you cannot help them. So you need to. Okay? His job was questionable. Like, I think he was like a traveling CNA or something, but he kept profiles up on like Rover or Care.com or the sites where you can go to get like help, self-help from people. He used my love of animals. He had a dog that had bone cancer, and honestly I did learn a lot from him. That's really what we started talking about, we connected about over the most. And my big dog has bone cancer, and they had it in the same front right shoulder. So, and I mean, he was telling me, about the process and what happened and the lump that started forming and how they did everything that they could. They took him hiking and took him to the beach in a wagon, and he even said, those wagons are expensive, so if I still have it, if you need that wagon, just let me know and I'll let you use it. It's like, I'll bring it to you. It's like, and I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think he has problems. But see, that's me being an empath. That's me being me. Because that guy would use me if I let him. Oh, yeah. He kept asking me. He's like, you're not with him? You ain't been on no dates? And I was like, no, dude, not since we last talked. I mean, and I still hadn't. Like, I really haven't. And even before that, I really didn't. And he was just like, he couldn't believe it. Because I remember he kept saying, or no, I think I said something. I don't know. He just couldn't believe that I hadn't been on any dates. And I was just like, well, think you go on too many or something. I don't know. But he kept saying, no, he's not talking to anybody. He's da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. He's free. It was a Friday night when we were on the phone. And he was like, I'm sitting here. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. That's the whole point in those long FaceTime calls, to hook you in. Oh yeah, I have two more things to mention. The house and how it ended. Like, even though he couldn't remember to meet me at the festival, the second time we talked, one of the first things he did remember about me, and he said it. He was like, I think I remember you have a place that you stay in, and it's paid for, and it's yours, and no one else stays there. That was so weird. I was like, what? Because my ex used me for this place to live. So that is I am definitely looking for that. So I remember thinking that's kind of weird. And then the way it ended, shit, I don't know. It's a lot. These men are confusing. But basically, what he told me was what was it? Okay, so no, I'm pretty sure he had been in a relationship with somebody between the first time we matched and the second time we matched, but he didn't really mention that. I think it was a short-term relationship. And he said that he had 2 short-term relationships, like within the last year or 2. That's, I don't know, a little fishy. Because I remember when he told me that, I was like, I think this guy's just like kind of hopping around. But then that's what really made me realize he did not like me, and he was buttering me up to you know what. When my uncle passed in February, I reached out to him randomly for something. I don't know. But he, I'm trying to remember it really accurately. Oh yeah, because my dog was going to be here alone, and we'd connected over our dogs. So I was kind of asking him if he wanted to come stay the night with my dog, because my dog had never stayed a night alone. He just hadn't. He used to have, I've always been here, my ex, and he used to have another dog here. So I reached out to him. And that was like 2 weeks after we had that second FaceTime phone call. I don't remember why exactly we just stopped talking, but he stopped talking probably, and then I just stopped talking. Because I'm not chasing no fucking body. Well, there might be one person I kind of chased a little bit, but not really. Anyways, that's another story. Shit. He said that he wasn't on the dating market anymore. He was in a relationship now. And he's like, but you can do this. You can call Rover and blah, 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 blah. And I just remember reading that message, and I was so let down. And I also knew in that moment, I was like, he is so full of shit. Because the way he left the message, like, it was open-ended. Like, he said, I'm dating somebody. I'm not off the dating market. But he left it to where I could reply to him. And I just remember thinking, if I was the one he was dating, I don't think I'd appreciate that very much. So I never replied, because I knew I was going to hear back from him. I didn't know when. I knew I was going to hear back from him, though. And I did, and it was like two months later. And guess what? He was out of the relationship again. Wonder why. And see, the thing is that he probably actually was trying to pursue a relationship with at least some of the 2 or 3 short-term relationships he had. Maybe. Yeah, he probably was. He probably really liked those girls. But that made me realize that I was not the one he was trying to pursue a relationship with. I was the one he was just trying to roll around with, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. But yeah, be careful out there. Don't let men use your bodies, especially if they're doing it in between the girls they really want to date. And he did not get to use my body at all. He never even saw my body. So it's not a problem. I'm just... These people can be so tricky. And some of them don't even know they're doing it. They don't even know they are doing it.